on the zoo. Escape artist Jetta is as slippery as an eel. Shilo the zebra is fighting for her life.
It's potentially a very serious situation.
And cheeky Kias do a spot of renovation in their new home. Faces furry and friendly welcome the crowds of visitors to Auckland Zoo. Some of the most memorable belong to these classic characters, the otters. One group of otters makes its home in the rainforest area. Mum Jaina, Dad Juno and their two boys Kanan and Banyu. Females Jetta and Java live separately in the main enclosure. Keepers Sue and Emma are prepping the sisters for a change of scenery.
We've been training them for just about a year now, and we're focusing more now on crate training them, getting them to come into the crates, because we were going to be swapping them with the other otters at the rainforest.
You ready, girls? Come on, let's go! Come on, let's go!
The reason for this major house swap is to keep the otters challenged and hopefully convince Mum and Dad to breed again.
Okay, come on. Jetta, come.
Target sticks are used to direct the otters around their enclosure and towards the crates. Good behaviour is rewarded with a whistle and a tasty treat.
Good girl.
Working with high-octane otters keeps Emma Wells on her toes.
Our job is very much about coming up with new and exciting ideas for enrichment for our animals. You know, we want to stimulate our animals. We want them to be comfortable. We want them to be relaxed being in their environment in the zoo. Java, pull! Good girl. Java's awesome. Java's so easy to train. She picks up everything really, really quickly. If they go in the crates of their own accord, they're a lot more comfortable, they're a lot more relaxed, so that's what we're working towards.
While Java is top of the class, Jetta is such an escape artist she should really change her name to Houdini.
Jetta's a lot more reluctant to go in. I'm getting to the stage where I'm just starting to close the door, but as soon as I do that, she darts back out.
Jetta's got a habit of washing her biscuits before eating them, adding to an already busy schedule. If she doesn't lift her game, there's an alternative way to catch her.
We have to bring them into the dens and we have to net them. That's something we really, really don't want to do, which is why we've been working so hard on the crate training.
Over at the rainforest area, it's the same issue but twice the test for Carly and Vanessa.
All right. Round you go.
They have to get 4 frisky otters used to the transport crates in less time than Emma.
Come on, naughty buddy. Oh! He's falling over. You know.
Oh, he's got prawn on his face.
Oh, they don't like these crates.
No.
Come on.
Otters certainly have their ups and downs, and their ins and outs. But with the big home swap happening in just a few days, will any of them be ready to get in their crates?
Come on, Papa. Do you know?
Over at Pridelands, visitors get a truly realistic glimpse of the big African outdoors. Team leader is Nat Sullivan.
So working on the Prideland section, it's great because we get to work with such a diverse range of animals, from your large herbivores, you know, rhinos and giraffes, hippos, through to your carnivores where we've got the lions, and then, you know, you skip across the road and we've got flamingos, so you're working with birds. Being able to learn from the animals that we work with and educate the members of the public that come through the gates at the same time, you know, it really is an amazing job.
Today, Nat's discovered zebra Shilo is in a bad way. Unsteady on her feet, she's nursing a nasty head wound.
Something significant has happened either early this morning or possibly even overnight, we're not too sure. Physically, she's quite tired, she's wanting to lie down a lot. We're trying to just keep her awake, keep her on her feet, because the last thing we wanted to do is go to sleep in case there is some sort of concussion type injury there.
Vet Nick Masters has been called in and he quickly decides to dart Shilo. She'll be easier to examine once she's sedated.
They're very flighty, all these wild equids, like zebras and horses and things, so it's not very easy to hand inject them at all. And the best way to deliver these drugs is, you know, remotely using a blowpipe or a little CO2 pistol like we've got here. Okay, that's one.
Shilo is our oldest mare, so she's coming up 20 years old. which is getting up there in age for a zebra. It's potentially a very serious situation.
The team faces an anxious wait for the drugs to take effect. Nat's been able to check Shilo's head wound.
Just a graze.
Yeah, we'll just clean those up, but I think that's secondary, isn't it? Something more going on.
I personally have worked with Shilo for about 10 years. She was here before me, and she is one of the section favourites because she is an animal that hasn't done well over the years, so you kind of actually become a little bit more attached to those animals. You have a lot more to do with them.
An ultrasound rules out a pregnancy, but Nick's still concerned about this precious animal's abdomen.
So we tried to take an abdominal tap, some fluid from the abdomen, and then generally we looked at the rest through and everything seemed relatively normal for such an old zebra. And we've got some tests, including the blood results, to come back to try and work out if anything else major's going on. Let's wake her up. I think we're just not going to learn any more at the moment. I will check that needle, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a definitive diagnosis, and that's often the way in veterinary medicine, particularly zoo veterinary medicine.
It is disappointing that we haven't got an answer, that we can't treat it, that there's not a magic pill that we can give her and she's going to come right. But the plan from here is to get her back with her herd as soon as possible. At the moment, she can hear them calling, and that's going to stress her out. She's going to want to get back to them. They've got very strong herd instincts, so the sooner we can get her back with her family, the better she's going to be able to recover from whatever's going on.
With no definitive diagnosis, Nat and the team can only watch and wait. Shilo's road to recovery could be long and complicated. Auckland Zoo is the perfect place for visitors of all ages to learn about animal care and conservation. For nearly 90 years, the zoo and its staff have shown and celebrated wonderful wildlife from around the world. Today, New Zealand's own diverse range of native animals are about to take a prominent place in their new $16 million home, Tiwai Nui. As team leader for New Zealand Birds, Andrew Nelson is a key part of the project.
It's an amazing facility that we've built here. You know, it's fantastic for the birds. The staff enjoy it, and I can't wait to see the visitors. The people that have come through already have been blown away. It's been really fascinating over the years that I've been here to see people's awareness of native animals really increase. I've been in the forest aviary where people are asking me what country the pigeons and the tuis come from. And now, usually, people are telling us their stories about getting involved with wildlife.
Michael Batty also has a special investment in this magnificent exhibit.
I was a young man when this started, so it's been going on for a long time. And I'm, just as excited today as I was 15 years ago when we started planning this. This now is just the cream de la cream of anything we've ever done before. So it was totally important, and it's really important for New Zealanders and Aucklanders and tourists, anybody, to come and learn about New Zealand properly.
But first things first, Michael knows he's still got plenty of work ahead before Tiwai Nui opens in a few days' time.
This is our first art we're going, and this is the entry sculpture for the whole of Tiwai Nui, and this is just a stunning piece of work.
The other artwork that's got everyone talking is Tane Nui Arangi, the god of the forest, who will stand tall and watch over the bush birds in the aviary.
Beautiful.
Tane's been lovingly carved from a totara tree that's over 1,000 years old.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yep, that's it.
That's perfect.
That's the one, mate.
I've been up to see this being carved up at Waipawa Forest up there in Marae, and see it carried in by all the people I know, and to see it there now with the sun behind it, it's just amazing. Yeah, amazing.
As the final touches are tuned and turned on, team leader for reptiles Richard Gibson helps some of the native geckos move in.
These are rough geckos. They come from the South Island, from the uplands. She looks ready to go, so I'll just release her onto this branch and let her climb up for ourselves. There we go. When you move them into a new environment, it puts them obviously at dis-ease, if you like, and they've got to spend some time finding their way around and settling in. And there'll be a group of geckos in here eventually that are going to find a little pecking order and see who's boss.
On the subject of pecking orders, Tiwai Nui's clever keers are testing the limits of their new enclosure.
The challenge has really been the keers. They're so inquisitive. They're in there all the time, trying to pick our signs out and, of course, steal our tools. They get their beaks in the side and they flick the glass out. And then what we hear, there's this clang as the glass hits the ground.
We're making bird proof.
Keas are one of the most intelligent parrots in the world and don't give up easily. Tiwai Nui features New Zealand landscapes from alpine to rainforest. The new residents are right at home.
It's been amazing to see the animals coming. You know, the Kia are loving it, the Campbell Island teal, the wetlands looks incredible.
Time ticks on and everyone's pitching in.
We've got a heap to do. It's obviously totally worth it, but the pressure's been on for quite a while.
But with the opening ceremony just a few days away, will Tiwai Nui be ready or not? On the other side of the zoo, the big day's already here for the two otter groups. After lots of crate training, they're about to swap enclosures.
Today's the big day. Hopefully we're going to be shifting our otters down to the rainforest and getting theirs over here. So I'm just keeping an ear out for the rainforest keepers to hear if they've crated their 4 otters, and then Emma and I will try and crate our 2.
They've created 2. We're just going to try and set up to get the other 2.
All right, yeah, we can start then. Java, Jetta, what are you doing? Where are you? You're ladies. How are you? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Because Jetta's the toughest to wrangle, Sue will try and get her into the crate first.
She only weighs 3 kilograms, but they're all muscle, and she just broke that door open. Emma, I don't know if she's going to go in. She was so quick.
Cunning Jetta is getting the food without staying in the crate.
I don't think I'm going to get her. I wonder if we should just try and get them in the dens. Sorry, Emma. It's okay. She's just too weary, like she's keeping her back legs out.
So Emma and Sue decide to lead them inside to net them.
Hello, Sue or Vanessa. We've got our 2 otters, so go when you're ready.
With everyone safely secured, the rainforest team arrive with their family of otters. The swap is on.
We're actually really looking forward to looking after some sweet little quiet girls, as opposed to our boys who are always a bit manic.
Now it's Java and Jetta's turn to move house. But Jetta's initial resistance to the move quickly turns to curiosity.
They're so cute.
Very cute.
Just exploring everything.
They're pretty brave. I thought they'd go straight into the box and hide.
Yeah, right.
But it's a different mood over at Pridelands. A week after zebra Shilo's health scare, keeper Nat is becoming increasingly concerned. The zoo's iconic African mare isn't improving. In fact, she's stopped eating altogether.
The results that we got from all the testing that the vets did sort of came out inconclusive, so we're still not really sure what's going on. So today we are going to knock her out again, and we've got a horse specialist coming in to assist us. The risks have elevated quite dramatically for her. Worst case scenario is that... Sorry.
Shilo's nearly 20, which is very old for a zebra. If the vets can't help her, Nat knows the kindest thing will be to put her to sleep. The specialist equine vets go to work with a sophisticated X-ray machine and an ultrasound.
Thanks.
We're looking at some kind of sediment. This is ventral abdomen, which could again either be mineralization of a tumor or mineralized foreign body.
There is a possibility Shilo has a twisted colon, which can be fixed with a fairly simple operation. But it's not something that can be done right away.
Why don't we want to do it now? Because we're not sterile?
Because we're not yet, and we're not really set up for it properly.
Okay.
I think. And the concern I have is you're going in now, you're going in with a very high chance it's all going to end badly.
Yeah.
Can I just talk to you guys outside?
Yeah.
Nat's caught between a rock and a hard place. Shilo may not survive another anaesthetic in under 24 hours.
Now,
If it is an easy fix and, she gets another 5 years, she gets another 5 years of good, up until a week ago, she was eating like a champion. I think it's worth a shot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think that's...
Nat and the team face yet another stressful day.
Hopefully, once they operate on her, we'll find that it is a nice, easy fix. But we're still not out of the woods, and until tomorrow comes, we're still in the same position we were this morning. But there's a little bit of hope.
At Auckland Zoo, the animals stretch and yawn as a new day dawns. But elderly zebra Shilo is going back under for the second day in a row. She's being anaesthetised in a last attempt to find out why she's been so sick.
You're going to be able to remember the next few.
What?
You're going to be able to remember.
That's good, yeah.
Things are a lot more urgent. These guys have got a good job to do, and we're trying to do it as quickly and as efficient as possible.
Are we okay up front?
We're okay, yes.
Her blood pressure is not all good, eh?
No?
It's little wonder Shilo's been off her food. The vets have discovered her intestines were twisted.
No, we're going good.
But the mass detected on yesterday's X-ray is proving to be a real mystery.
I think we were expecting to find a proper mass with something mineralised inside it, like sand or whatever, a blockage of the gut. We haven't actually found that, really.
Shilo's immediate future is brighter, but long-term, it's still uncertain.
Coming into this, we were preparing for the worst, preparing to potentially have to put her to sleep. Hopefully in the next 24, 48 hours, her appetite will pick up and we'll see good old Shilo back with us.
Good morning, girls.
Over in the rainforest, Otter sisters Java and Jetta are waking up for the first time in their new home.
Hello. Good morning. It'll be very new and different for them. It's a lot bigger exhibit, and also they will be sharing it with the bonnet macaques, monkeys, so it will be interesting to see how they interact with them, whether they ignore them or there's a little bit of argy-bargy.
The girls are straight into their new surroundings, exploring every leaf, stone and pool. But the monkeys are decidedly lukewarm about these boisterous new flatmates who keep pinching their goodies. Over at the main enclosure, the Otter family are also stepping out for the first time. The entire zoo staff are curious to see how they get on. And as they settle down to the serious business of scent marking their new territory, Sue is hopeful the enclosure swap will bear new fruit.
These guys are part of a regional breeding program, so we're really hoping that they will breed in this enclosure with being a new exhibit and produce more offspring that can then potentially go to other zoos and be used for breeding elsewhere.
But over in Pride Lands, despite everyone's best efforts, Shilo's struggle has come to an end.
So it's now been a few days since we operated on Shilo, but unfortunately over the last couple of days she really wasn't doing so well. Yesterday morning she just looked really, really tired, her demeanour was really low. Unfortunately she just was absolutely exhausted, and the really hard decision was made to put her to sleep. After Shilo had passed away, we actually let these guys in to see her so that they had some sort of closure, so that that their family member didn't just disappear. And she is one of those really favourite animals, and I'm really going to miss her.
But a new chapter is beginning at Tiwai Nui. It's opening day for this magnificent multi-million-dollar exhibit, and Michael's team are still going.
We need to clean all the roads yet, so we're going to do some sweeping, and there's a whole lot of mess at the back of the Southern High Country to clear with a digger and just prepare the opening ceremony area.
In the wetland area, Michelle's conducting a final head count.
I'm having a bit of trouble at the moment. We've got quite a lot of mist happening, so I'm just trying to find all my ducks, make sure that they're all right.
Oh, it's clearing a bit now. Yes, we have everyone.
Fortunately, everything comes together in time for the first VIP visitors.
Tiwai Nui is magnificent. It's not just world class, it is world leading. It is a gold standard zoo exhibit.
So we hereby declare Tiwai Nui open.
At long last, a living record of New Zealand's unique and enduring natural history is ready to be enjoyed.
It's beautiful, isn't she? She gets fed crickets and locusts, worms, snails, anything that moves really, invertebrate prey, insects.
To come in here so long having been empty and see the animals, and now to be able to see the people wandering around, this is how it should be, and it's a great feeling.
I think the staff are sort of really having a moment now to really enjoy all the hard work they've done and just share the animals that they love with other people. It's been a lovely, I guess, milestone for the project. It's really just the beginning.